Hey, what's up guys, Captain Jack here, and we're back with some more Car Mechanic Sim 2018, and I know I've been slacking a bit lately. I haven't had many videos up, but I've been busy. I have, a new job. So, but I'm here now, doing it, and we've got a new job to do, FMW Roadster, so BMW Z4, hey, stop doing that, it's annoying. I came back from a party and it seems that I fell into a well. Please assess the damage and repair what you can because it's my father-in-law's car. Oh! Ooh, someone's in trouble. Someone's in trouble. Nice blue. Yeah, you definitely don't want him to find out about this, buddy. I'll get this fixed up quick. That is one hell of a number plate. If you've noticed, top right corner, 1.1.7. So the updates are still coming out thick and fast. There's a lot of stuff that still needs fixing, of course, but then there's a lot of stuff that is fixed and is all good. So that's a lot of parts. Okay. If he fell out of the well, like, I'm guessing he's driven into a hole rather than crashing into a big above ground well. I'm guessing he's dropped into a like floor level one. So I'm thinking probably things like suspension and the underside of the car. Which means things like test track and path tester should work. I've had some very helpful comments in the comments section lately, which is always nice. Oh, that's a good start. I'm glad that you guys are feeling comfortable enough to... Oh, that's really bad. These cars, they... Oh, wow. I am... wow. I think I just died. Oh my god. That was pretty epic. Wow. Oh god, oh god. Handling is terrible. Yeah, I've had some pretty good comments in the comments section lately. So I want to thank you guys for that. You've been very helpful. Wow. And I'll try to bear that stuff in mind. Also, some of you have said that you don't mind... Oh, I meant to stop there. You don't mind these videos being longer, so I can fit more in. Whereas, I'm that kind of way with videos, especially if I enjoy them and I enjoy the content creator. I'm happy for the videos to be like an hour long. But a lot of people don't like that. They want videos to be 10 or 20 minutes and that's it. And one suggestion was that I do more stuff, but just cut them down further. But the thing with a game like this, I don't like cutting it all down. I like to keep everything in with a game like this, where I'm doing like almost like a full playthrough, because I don't want you guys to have to miss anything. I don't want to start cutting it up. I cut out bits that I do wrong, missed takes as it were, where I get words really badly wrong, or I mess up really badly, or some kind of massive glitch happens. I cut that kind of stuff, or if my phone suddenly goes off. But other than that, I like to just leave it all in with Car Mechanic Sim. Other games I don't mind cutting up into tiny pieces, but with this, I don't know if you just heard that, my phone just went off. Funnily enough, it was a YouTube notification. But I prefer not to cut stuff. I don't know, it's just the way I am, I guess. With this anyway, specifically. Like at the moment I'm doing a not very often, but I'm doing some stuff with Machine World 2. And that is something that I cut up heavily. Because I tend to play that throughout the day for like 3 or 4 hours just to get a 20-minute, 30-minute video. Wow, those front brakes are bad. 43%. Also, people have noticed that I comment on everything that happens on screen, and that because they can see it happening on screen, there's really no need for me to comment on it. I do that in life, to be honest. I comment on what I see. That's not really me saying it for your benefit, more for my own, I think, because if I say it out loud, then I remember things. So when I need to change something in the car, if I've got like a list of things I need to buy, I'll keep saying them over and over and over. 57 parts. That's a lot of good and a few bad. Let's get you back over here. But I mean, if you've got any ideas, suggestions, or changes, then feel free to comment, and I'll try to take them on board and do what I can. If it's something that I feel is I need to change because you guys aren't happy with, that's fine. But if it's something that's more, it's kind of just the way I do things, I can't really help it, well then, you know, I might not be able to change that. But I don't mind taking constructive criticism. It's always helpful, it's always good. General moaning is not, but constructive criticism is always good. So these parts I'll probably discover when we get under the hood. So yeah, it's your general suspension stuff. Let's go into overview mode. Yeah, you got your struts and springs, suspension arms. Seems that it's happened more at the back. I'm guessing the left side is where the impact happened. You've got rubber bushings there as well. So we've got two bushings, suspension arms, struts, more rubber bushings. Okay, I think it's all left side, and we can see where all the damage is. That is not the right side to lift up. See, those bolts are still going the wrong way. Clockwise to undo. That's quite funny. I'm hoping that they add a setting so that you can turn off that god-awful zoom anytime you click on a thing. No, I didn't look at that. Grr game. Oh. Right, we want this off. I mean, I could even skip this where I take the parts off and I go through and I put the parts on. But that's kind of the game to me. So if I cut this, I might as well cut everything. I mean, I know other people have just shot straight to doing fun stuff like buying a car and completely rebuilding and stuff like that. But I'm trying to run through as a series because this is kind of what I enjoy with these games. It's running through the series. And I know it's not the most popular thing in the world. I do it for the minority that do enjoy it. Like me. There are YouTubers I know who also do this kind of thing. But as soon as they start getting lower numbers, because it's not the most popular thing they do, they give up straight away. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of thinking less of you for that now, because it looks like all you care about is profit. If you've got something like 100,000 viewers for most of your other videos, but you're only getting something like 20, 30,000 on, say, Car Mechanic Sim, well, don't stop doing it just because you're getting less numbers. What about those 20 or 30,000 people that are enjoying it, you know? Of course, my numbers are nowhere near that. For me, it's more like I can get a few hundred views on other things I do, or I can get about 50 on this. Well, I do it for the 50. And for myself, because I love this game. And no matter how broken it is, no matter how many issues it has, I enjoy playing it. Sometimes it makes you laugh, sometimes it makes you angry. But I enjoy playing it. And I don't think that's ever going to stop. Wow, that's a bad exhaust. So it was also that back one. And that was it, I think. And then there was a few more bits at the front that we need to do. Let's quickly jump into overview mode. Overview mode. So we've got two rubber bushings. And that's it. Oops, didn't want that one. I wanted that one. So we'll have you out. And we'll have you out. Oh, and that radiator too. Needs to be engine bay. It's always the radiator. Whenever there's a suspension issue, there's always radiator as well. Don't know why. Just always seems to be. What's the radiator? 10%, yep. So let's have a look at that. That would appear to be everything. Yep. That's everything. So as per usual, I'll skip the me buying new parts. Or let's try and remember this for once. Ah, okay. What was the percentage? Was it 100? I think it'd be 100, wasn't it? Yeah. So if I repair, it has to be 100. Repair cost 7. 11. 17. That's probably still cheaper, to be honest. Did that go right up to 100? Where was it? One of them was a lower suspension arm. That's 100. That was one of them. One of them was... Oh, I think that was one of them, and it's gone down to 0. Was that one of them? I should have paid more attention. But basically, if it doesn't say 100, replace it. Actually, I should have paid more attention, because, yeah... Now I'm not sure what it is. Well, it won't be 100 anyway. The thing that's 100 is the thing that's 100. And the thing that's not is the thing that's not. Makes sense. I know what I mean. Ignore me. I'll shut up now and get on with it. And I'll be back in a minute. And that's a whole lot of new parts bought. So, let's get these on the car. I don't actually want that. Let's go into mount mode. Where am I if this isn't the engine bay? That was weird. Very weird. Oh well. That's the game for you, I guess. I think that's it for the engine bay. I think. Let's go into mount mode. Oh, that's a good point. Didn't remember that, did I? Need to put the shock back together. And I also need to start putting some tyres back together. Wheels and tyres. Always helps if you remember that stuff. Let's go with this first then. Get all this together. Yeah, I do notice a few little bugs here and there still, occasionally. But, you know, I guess that's life. I guess there will always be one or two little bugs lying around that you just can't get rid of. As long as I get the big annoying ones, then I'm happy. As long as the game's playable, then it's not a massive issue. Did I not pick that up? Oh no, I didn't. Take that. Let's take that, put the next one on. And then we'll put this one onto balance. Awesome sauce. Let's go back into this mode. Wow, that got really laggy for a second then. We want sway bar and link. Was that it for the front? I feel like I'm missing something or forgetting something. That's weird. Very weird. That one. That's what we want. Incredible how many parts they go into making up a car. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it for yourself. I mean, even in this game there's so many parts. But in real life there's so many more parts than they show you here. It is pretty incredible just how many parts there are. You certainly, like, if you had no idea and you sort of found out for the first time, you would definitely be amazed. I know I was when I was younger, getting into cars, and I was thinking, what goes into making a car? Like, what makes it go? What are the parts inside it? What does this bit do? What does that bit do? What's it called? I was very interested to find out as much as I could. But not just about cars, I think about everything. I've had a general love of engineering and of impressive creations and constructions and things that move and interact. Basically, just amazing things impress me, and so they should, I guess. But I have like I love and I want to know how they work. And what makes this bit move, and what went into creating that. There was a show that used to be on, I don't know if it's still, I don't think it's still on, certainly not at the moment anyway. It was Richard Hammond's Engineering Connections. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen it, and he shows how certain things are created using ideas that created stuff from the past. So how the inventor of the bow and arrow figured out that there's a certain wood you can use that is more springy but strong enough to give you stronger bows that fire arrows further, and that somehow went into the development of building buildings and stuff, helping with the design and the general ideas of construction and development and things like that. And it's like you wouldn't see the connection between the two otherwise. The way that the mind of an engineer works is incredible. And obviously they probably didn't sit there and say, oh look, this is how bow and arrow works, we should do this on the building. But it's an idea that then led to another idea that led to another idea that led to an ideology, as it were. It led to a specific way of doing things. Just like how all the skyscrapers in the world wouldn't be possible without the old Victorian era buildings in England, where there was a specific way of building, like mills and the ironworks and stuff that they did with these metal frameworks and foundations and stuff that hadn't been seen in general buildings before that. And that led to that ideology being built to make buildings taller and taller, but still keeping their strength. And without those original ideas, skyscrapers couldn't exist. And it's just amazing. Oh, hang on, we've got a rear shock absorber cap and front and rear spring. I actually specifically wanted the springs done. Oh. I may have missed those parts because I was thinking that they were fine. Did I even take... Yeah, I did take the rear spring off. Did I not replace it? No, it was green. Everything that I left was at 89% at least. Or better. Oh, weird. So it wanted rear shock cap and front and rear spring. I swear I replaced the front spring. Oh no, I didn't, did I? No, hang on. I did. Oh, I've got to take tar off this one. I may have to go back and look at that footage. I'm sure I did. Or did I just do the strut and the cap? May have just been the strut and the cap. Damn. I'm sure I would have replaced it if it had been like... Because everything else was like 89%. But I suppose because it's on the list, it has to be replaced with 100% or better. And that was me not realising that it wasn't on the... It was on the list. Fail me! Oh well. Right, let's quickly grab those two things. So it was a rear cap, rear spring and front spring. Was it spring cap it was called? Or was it rear shock cap? Okay, let's grab the spring. Rear spring, front spring. Just need to double check that quick. wasn't that. It was this. No, rear shock cap or front? Yeah, rear shock cap. Rear shock cap. See, I'm telling myself that just so I can remember it. Right. Rear shock cap. Have one of those, please. Take that off. Then we want that, that, and that. So yeah, it looks like the whole thing had to be 100%. Let's get rid of that one, get rid of that one, and get rid of that one. Chuck this back together. And then let's get you on. And you on. Come on. Thank you. And oh, walking into a pole, and then we want you back on. And that should be everything. Let's check the inventory. Empty. Awesome. Okay. Let's bring it back down. And that is one car done. 5 grand. Not a lot. Definitely need to get some more cash in. I was also told that if I keep looking around barns, eventually I'll find a car that's cheap. The trouble is, every time I go to a barn, they then disappear. So I have to collect a load of parts. But, yeah, I'm kind of missing out on opportunities for later. I suppose I could quickly visit these two and see what's going on, but I will do it. I will quickly cut to it, as it were, because it gets really loud in the barns. And I'm sure you guys don't want to see me roam around picking up random stuff off shelves. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so basically immediately I've been able to find one, and it's the pickup truck that I wanted, because these pickup trucks are so awesome. Looks like most of the engine is there. I see quite a lot of suspension. There is hovering in Nothingsville. Looks like it's got most of its body intact. Maybe not in the best condition. I mean, buying a car at this point is difficult because I only have the one space really. And I've got some body missing at the back here. And I don't have things like the welder, so I can't fix up the rusty body. I don't have the valeting kit, so I can't fix up like the underbody and stuff like that. Because I've seen those things in action, I know how they work. Now I need them. I could definitely buy this, and then I could, I guess I could put it into parking while I wait for that stuff to unlock. Let's quickly have a look in your junk, because there might be parts I need for it. Okay. And it's got a 16 engine, 16B engine, so that means I want that. I suppose we could take that, but it came off of it. Don't want that. I'm not sure if it uses ARM Bs or not. Want that. Oh no, why did I just want that? Let's take that, just in case, because you never know. Did that one already, didn't I? Yeah. Let's see. No, no. Might want to drive shaft. You never know. Front exhaust section B. Nope, don't want that. No, no. Ah, we need that. Want that. Oh, actually, we're doing that. So that's 14B. For some reason, I thought it was 16B. We don't want that, that, or that. Oh, stuff for the Flamo. I see that these two are both awesome. I bet these two are cheap. 9,000. Oh my god, I could buy all of these, I think. 12,000. Yeah, this is the cheap car garage. So I could take all the parts and all the cars. Gearbox 14, don't want that. Oh, actually. I will take that disc though. That's in good condition. Unfortunately, you can't take the parts off of these to sell them. What else do we want? Clutch plate. I guess we can take it. So I mean, I could buy all of these and put them in storage. The real question is, do I want to? What's that? Oh, camshaft cap. That is the real question. And I don't really care about these two, to be honest. I don't really have the money or the time to do up that many cars. I think I will just take this for now. So let's buy it. Get it back to the garage. I don't have enough money to fix it up yet. Let's take it to the garage quickly and then I can lift it up and just have a quick look around it. And then we want to leave the garage. Yeah, 200 bucks on those parts. My garage is so loud. Like that barn, even. Barn garage, sort of the same thing. It's fine. And then we can check out that car. And we can go from there. So let's quickly chuck you over onto the lifter. I will be putting it back in the garage in a minute. I just want to have a quick look around it. See what's missing, see what needs replacing. I think that basically the whole thing needs rebuilding, if I'm honest. It seems to have all of its actual parts, just they're not all in perfect condition. I don't see anything obvious missing. Some spark plugs, I think, and ignition cables. Looks like pretty much all of it is there though. So that's not bad. It was cheap. And most of it's there. It's even got the full exhaust system by the looks of things. Wow. Colour me impressed. Because I might not need these timing parts that are... Oh, hang on. Bottom of the engine's off. Okay. Do we think we'll be needing these timing parts? Nope, looks like it's all there. Oh, I'm in part mount mode, but it doesn't seem to want to actually show part mounting. Definitely needs repairing most of it though. But that's good. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's we haven't done much this episode, but I'm trying to keep them a bit shorter. Let's put this guy in parking for now. I don't think I need these parts that I bought back. Maybe it's only a couple $100, so it doesn't really matter. And then, oh, look at that. That's quite nice. I'm definitely getting some new cars to work on now. Stuff I've never had before. Engine is working, but it's choppy. Ooh. Brake system needs fixing, grinding and checking gearbox. General gearbox control and repair. Gears keep slipping. List provided is no fun. Let's take that. I'm going to take that one for next time. The old Clio V6. And we'll hit that with the next one. So that's all from me for now anyway. It's been fun. Keep commenting, keep leaving ideas, suggestions. Keep liking and subscribing and all that other good stuff that really helps me out a lot. And I appreciate all of it. And yeah, that's it for me. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care, and bye bye.